Welcome back to Young Justice. This is Season 4, Episode 17, Leviathan Wakes. Last time, Arian was kidnapped. I think he was kidnapped, but he disappeared from the castle, whatever they're... Yeah, I think they call it a castle. I don't know. Whatever. Palace, that's what it was. We learned Orm was a clone, and Calder is leading some, like their little covert team down to the depths of the secret ocean to find the crown of King Arian. We also had Beast Boy going through his negative phase still, and Connor is in the Phantom Zone or wherever. He's trying though, and he got knocked out. Actually, he passed out. So we will get into this episode and see what happens.
Well,
he is telling the truth, or at least believes he is.
Right.
Stay out of my head, Martian.
you're certain.
No, I don't know what game you are playing, but it will not work.
Well,
Let us know when you are ready to face the truth.
I am not a clone!
oop. Oh my god. It's July now? It was June last time, right? Jesus. This is a long-ass plot line.
Arian arrested for treason.
Stop it,
Oh,
Father.
here's this little
You
traitor
must
bitch
know
in the
such an
background.
action
Who
could
are you?
Turn this unrest into a full-blown revolution.
And not just in Zebel, but in every city-state in the kingdom.
Arian's lost crown. A definitive answer to the question of rule is impossible.
They're like, ooh, about that. They've been under here for how long? Oh my god, he's got a...
Hear that? Locate.
On your right.
Got it.
Good. Either you are here 100%, or you need to swim away.
Right. Sorry.
The callbacks.
I'm here, Calder. 100%.
Then we press on.
Oh shit. It's a Leviathan, huh? Oh my god. A giant crab? and a...
Relax into my current.
Lagan. We don't need a martyr here. We don't need a martyr!
Lagan!
Okay. Okay, he's fine. He's fine. There's no blood.
Neptune's
That it?
bear. That's how it's done.
Good work.
That
Caldur.
was way too
look.
easy. Okay, it's done. It could be anywhere. This is so dumb.
Allow me.
Like, I get it. It's a prophecy, and you need
This
to find
is why
it.
we haven't found the crown. Over the millennia, the ocean floor shifted.
Atlantis' original capital sank even
Oh
deeper.
my god.
In the wrong place at the wrong time.
I wonder who she or he was.
Wait.
There is powerful magic in these ruins. This way.
Is that actually Arian?
It's getting.
It could be a clone Arian. I put down clone Arian and calling it now just in case. We already got introduced to clones this arc. And we did see Arian get crushed by a head. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
Oh man, not another one.
He has
Oh,
a
sorry.
giant-
I got mad at this
Sorry,
girl
my
for
queen, but
no
the
reason.
People disagree.
It's a different
King
girl.
Orin-
To receive the Cyback transfer with Ocean Master's memory engrams.
Both
recorded just
subjects.
before his incarceration. Excellent. Then Project 3NOS may proceed.
3NOS. This is 3NOS.
Release Ocean Master.
I told you. I told you.
All those in favor of Arian as
Shit.
Anarchs,
McGann.
say
We
aye.
need you quick. Fuck. We're not gonna have no time.
For your support.
I am not supporting Orin. I am voting for myself.
6
Please.
votes for Arian, 1 for Nereus. Even without my vote, the result is foregone. Arian is High King.
Who is this snake ass bitch in the
I
corner?
pray your decision is the right one.
You understand why we had to kill you.
Yes, I was out of control. Apologies.
Accepted. Tentatively. This is your chance to redeem yourself before the light.
It's already too late.
The people will wish
Fuck.
to hear from the
Who is
new
this
High
bitch?
King of Atlantis.
I like his magic. It's really cool. Like, that's a really cool choice to have like that vine kind of girl. Please. Not him setting shocks to like navigate.
We didn't get the intel sooner, but if you outed him...
Were I to reveal all now, no one would believe me.
This is a responsibility I assume with the full
Well, at least
support of
Arthur
your
knows
former
now.
Onyx and the leaders of all.
Ooh.
Calderon.
I smack that shit out of his hands.
This is hubris. Do not put it on, brother.
We are not brothers. We were never brothers.
My
Oh.
lost crown. The prophecy fulfilled.
I missed that. Okay. Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Oh. Okay. What the fuck?
It is Queen Mira
Ooh.
who fulfills the prophecy. Arian may have been the stranger and herald, the conqueror of Neptune's trident.
She was there
but
at the
it was
three.
Arian, Orm, and Mira together who faced down the Red Death. And the prophecy clearly states, when best of these gains Arian's crown, our one true king revives renown.
I don't know if that expression was just her like accepting her fate or if she was upset about it.
All Atlanteans must be reunited as one people.
I don't know why we're glossing
and
over this
our
other
seven
bitch.
seas
Who the
as
fuck are
one
you?
world ocean. And all 8 city-states will feel the benefits of our rule.
And I believe I will also rejoin the Justice League.
Hey.
I will, of course, relinquish the title of Aquaman.
If the League can include 4 Green Lanterns and 2 Flashes, I believe it can embrace 2 Aquamen. Or 3.
Ooh.
Really?
As I have decided, I must take a leave of absence. It is time.
Cool. Good. He's getting the help he needs. I'm so glad for that. I was scared.
Come to gloat, my son.
You should hardly be surprised at the result.
Is that Zatanna?
Father, the Lords of Order would never
Oh, that's
have
Tracy.
allowed their...
Good to see him lose for once.
Want one? You know where to find me, brother.
That's nice.
Can't. I'm out of control. An animal. A beast. It's who I am.
We are trying to help you.
Who I've always been.
No.
Superman knew.
No.
Always knew.
This is all season 1 shit. Come on now. Hello? Not the magic school bus. Okay. This is how it all adds up. I got it.
The bus on the bridge.
Red Sun.
Oh my god. You.
I must come to terms with. If I am ever to return to the life I have led.
So first off, I wrote down April to July. This was a long, pretty long arc. You know, this sort of takes place right after Superboy dies, quote unquote. So after the first arc, it like concurrently with the Artemis and Zatanna arcs, basically. As we saw there with the school bus was going through time and shit. And you know, here at the ending with Calder pretty much stating for a fact that it's now been the official 10-year anniversary, so July 4th. Yeah, that was a pretty long arc, just in terms of the time scale there. Glad I called the clone Aryan thing. It wasn't the way I expected. So I guess this other girl that was kidnapping him or whatever was just like honestly innocent bystander caught up in this shit. I feel like I should have played in more But it makes sense if Arian, quote unquote Arian, was truly involved with the light the whole time, then it makes sense that anyone else would have been pawns in it and not related to it. So I'm sorry, whatever your name was, for blaming you this whole time. You were suspicious though, but it was Arian's doing. He just used whatever tools to his advantage. Speaking of Arian, I kind of missed it, I guess, but apparently they transferred Orm's consciousness into this clone body of Arian. I'll have to rewatch that during the editing or something because I didn't really get that, but I got the part where, they obviously cloned Orm, and I understood all that part. We were looking at through his POV, but then they did some exposition about what Arian was going through, and apparently somewhere in there they I saw about the flute. The flute had the DNA or whatever, so that's where they got Arian's body from. But I missed the part where they transferred his consciousness somehow into Arian. But yeah, it was a nice resolution to the King of Atlantis storyline that they had going on here. Like I said, it was going to be a clever subversion of the prophecy. So it made sense that was Mara because, again, she was one of the three. So obviously that adds some credence to it and everything. Interesting to see. I'll be interested to see if we deal with this any more throughout the rest of this season, or if we get a season 5 or whatever. Because Mara was a little bit disturbed and uncomfortable with becoming the king, which is fine. But as Mara was when it dawned upon her that she was going to be crowned the king, she kind of had this look on her face that I couldn't tell if it was she was upset with it. She was just the realization that she's going to have so much responsibility now, what it was specifically. And, I think it could go either way. It could just be me not really recognizing what emotions she had going on inside, but it also could be played out in the future. But I think it's going to be just, I think it's just going to be let go, and that's the end of this Aquaman Atlantis stuff. Lagan become the new Aquaman, I guess. Skip right to Aquaman. Skip past Aqualad. Calder is taking a break. I wonder what that means specifically. We saw in the credit scene, obviously, that he's going to therapy or whatever with Black Canary. So he's going to at least process and take that time to grieve and stuff that Wind was telling him to do. You've always been the adult. Now you need to sit back and just let your emotions out and, process. So I'm glad that's happening, but I'm also curious to see, will he suit up by the time the season ends again? Is he going to be involved in any of that? I know in the teaser stuff, which is really confusing to me. So the previews and the teaser for the second half of the season was mostly the Rocket arc, I think. I remember there was glimpses of the Tower of Fate, and I think Rocket or Nightwing, maybe Aquaman even, Calder. So some of those characters were there with Zatanna and Dr. Fate. So I assumed that we were going to pick up here for the Aquaman or the Calder arc, but none of that really. So yeah, I'm curious to see how that all plays out with him going forward. I put Vandal's kids down. Don't trust Vandal's kids is my main point. So Arian truly did die. We saw his body down there in the deep, deep ocean, the secret ocean, right where he was crushed by the fucking head. So obviously, same with Cassandra last and Artemis arc. Cassandra was the liar. So we just need to not trust Vandal's kids. They are too indoctrinated. Which brings me to my point. We have fucking Nabu running around. I think it's going to be playing more importance than we think it is. Calling it now. Just watch out for Nabu. We can't trust Dr. Fate anymore. Now that we've learned so much about Vandal Savage and his lineage, even last season I kind of was on the fence about Nabu, but this season, after everything we've seen so far, no, we got to cut Nabu out. We can't trust him anymore. I know in this, one of the last scenes here, we saw Nabu approach Vandal and start to gloat or whatever. He's you can't expect Arian's crown to work, blah, blah, blah. So there's obviously, they're setting up some animosity between them still, but I don't trust it. Okay. Nabu was his kid. We've seen 2 kids so far betray the good guys, and they're sticking with Vandals. So I just don't trust, he could be the exception, and that's totally fair, but, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So I'm I'm not trusting it until I see otherwise. Tracy is Dr. Fate currently, which makes sense. Every month they're changing. So last month would have been Khalid, and then this month, July, I'm assuming. I don't know. I don't know the time frame, but basically it's her turn. The Connor stuff, right at the end there, I'm assuming that's more hallucinations, because I don't know why the fuck Lex would be there dressed like that and everything. It doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm assuming that's just more Connor hallucinations going on. I liked that Arthur was able to forgive Orm. Again, I'm curious to see if that's going to play any part in the future or what. There was really one thing I was going to talk about, but I can't remember what it was right now. Cool to see McGann going around doing shit. She's not letting it stop her. But yeah, great arc. Oh, I was going to talk about the arcs overall so far. I'm still upset by Zatanna's arc that we did not get any development for her, really. It progressed the story, I think, in a lot of ways. Hers was very much an exposition arc, setting up plot lines with with Vandal Savage, with Dr. Fate, and sort of knowing that Connor is around. So she was very much a bystander in her own arc, compared to the McGann and Connor arc, which it might just be a McGann arc by now. But the first couple episodes where it was like, okay, we're gonna deal with them, and that was also kind of setting up something rather than processing anything. But at least they were the focal characters of their own story. Zatanna was half the time being sidelined for backstory on characters like Zatara monologue, like Vandal Savage monologue, Nabu monologue. So she was half the time not even part of the story, but also we're not really getting to see her progression as one of the characters that we really don't know too much about. Her and Rocket are the two that are part of the original team, but then they kind of get sidelined a lot of the time. So I'm worried for Rocket's arc, because I know from the poster they have a lot of the new gods on there. I think Orion was on there. I know that the Forager Hive leader guy, I don't know what his name is, but he was on there. So I think even Metron was on there. So she's going to be dealing with a lot of that stuff, and I feel like that's a lot of things to take in. And we really don't know her that well, so I'm really upset that I'm already getting upset that we're probably not going to learn too much about her or delve into her plot line. She's going to be like she's going to be a vessel for the story to go through, but she's not going to really have anything to do. So that's my worry. But Calder's, at least it was very thin, because it had to deal with a lot too. There was the the prophecy and the King of Atlantis stuff going on. Calder was kind of a backseat player too, but at least he had a through line. We set up, oh, you've been given so much responsibility, you've been an adult for so long, you need to take time to process and deal with your trauma too. And then by the end of it, he takes some time to deal with his trauma too. So at least there was a little bit of a, hey, here's a character moment for you. But for Zatanna, she was just kind of my dad, I need him back. She did it, but that's not a character moment. That's just a plot device, So anyways, that's all I wanted to say. Again, curious to see how we go forward this next arc with the Rocket stuff. Where do we go from here? Thanks for watching. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. What do you guys think of this arc overall? And I'll see you in the next one.